Hi everybody, it's Jackie and I'm back with the February flip through of my, what are these even called? Create 365 Happy Planners, Mambi Happy Planners. I don't know, they've changed names so many times, I don't know, but it's a happy planner and I got it at Michael's and they still sell them. They make them every year. They're pretty cool. It's huge. It's like, I don't know, 8.5 by 11 or something. So last time we left off with my January in a nutshell page. And so let's move on and see what I did for February. It comes already with this gorgeous divider, and what I'm finding is that as the months go, I want to stay on trend of whatever holiday they're kind of showcasing. So this one's like pink and it's Valentine's-y, and I just kind of ended up using pink all month. So first I did kind of like a wild and crazy pink. I did this using Heidi Swapp Color Shine sprays. And what I do, I've showed this before, but I made these stencils using their Mementa removable stencil paper. And what you do is you can cut out shapes. And I just, actually this is not the one I used. I've got two sets. Use this one because it's got all my little boxes that go up down the sides, and then I just mask off the larger boxes, and I just sprayed the whole thing with Heidi Swapp Color Shine sprays, and I love it. It's so shiny. I used a gold one and a raspberry colored one, and it's just got that kind of dotted spray look, and I love it. And then I just use my Mambi stickers, you know, to fill in the boxes and to put all the, you know, all the matching colors and put some scripty titles and that sort of thing. I use a Fudenosuke pen to do my journaling on the side here. I do like a thick downstroke and thin horizontal strokes. I lost a package over a couple of days, so I used one of these big stickers that you can use to span across 2 days. Some pictures, something I bought off the TV, my Anna Griffin die cutting machine. I used a stencil to stencil in the time. Pictures of the girls at work. Some little cakes. My sister cut my hair, so I just wanted to put a picture of how it's finally blunt. It was so scraggly at the end for such a long time. I used stamps up here, little alpha stamps, or the dollar stamps from Michael's, and I just used Mambi stickers up here. Christmas vacation is booked. They're gold, so they kind of shine in the video. And then I just had this washi tape that I used, I think in a couple of places, maybe not. Yeah, down here too. I had to cover this one up because it's personal details about my friend. Yeah, and that's pretty much all there is to these pages. I'm doing the same things week after week. I'm just changing the colors. More pink pages. This one I did a little scrappier because I have this Martha Stewart Valentine's paper pad and I wanted to use some of it up. This seemed like the opportunity. So I use like Martha Stewart borders up here and down here. I cut these little boxes out of the Martha Stewart paper. I used red washi tape to cover up all the lines. It's like foil. I don't know if you can see, but it's shiny. And I've been using the little Mambi stickers at the top for my dates, and I just used a Valentine's Day sticker to mark the 14th. These are Mambi stickers up here too for the date on the memories captured. And yeah, I just basically captured the snowstorm, braided my hair. I've been talking about how I'm eating coconut every day. A picture my friend sent me from down south while we were in a blizzard. He was staring at the gorgeous ocean. And then my sister and I did some Christmas baking, so I did one of these little photo pocket inserts with the 2x2 cards and the 3x4 cards. So we made some red velvet brownies, so I showed how it looked when we punched them out into hearts, how it looked when we baked them, and what they looked like when they were finished, and my sister actually baking. And on the other side, I showed how we also made rolls and how much they rose, and we made cake pops, and here they are all packed up and ready to take to work. And I used all the cards I used in this one were out of that same Martha Stewart paper pad. I used just some random like stickers, hearts, and cupcakes, and love, and just Valentine's-y things. I showed the discount candy that I picked up. My sister on her last day at work. Here we are on the bus ride home. We went to the Mandarin Buffet for the Dumpling Festival, so I got to use my food coma sticker, even though it didn't match. And I set up the Nintendo on my TV, so I took a picture of that. And then these ones I watercolored because I wanted a little bit more of a subtle pink, so I used orange and pink watercolor. And it's kind of painstaking to watercolor these because there's so many lines to follow, but you know, if you're just watching TV or something, it's easy. And then this gold stripe down here was actually it was wrapped around this heart-shaped box of Ferrero Rocher that I bought, and it was so pretty I didn't want to throw it out, so I just used it to line the bottom of my pages. And Yeah, just a lot of stickers. Like what I do is I usually pick one from a color story from the Mambi Color Story sticker pads, and I just use ones that match from that set. And I incorporated some gold into this layout too, so I used gold alphas up here for Family Day. I realized after I used up all these alphas that there's actually was a Family Day sticker in the paper pads. That was a little frustrating, but here I did the same writing with the Funasuke that I did, 2 pages ago. I just kind of keep it as a theme to do that same style of writing. And there's these quoted boxes. I don't know. I don't follow quotes, so I just use stickers that I identify with. This one said, "When nothing is sure, everything is possible." That seems true. Did some stamping up here for my sister's new job. I went back to the gym, so I just kind of wrote that on a scrap of paper here, and I took a picture of the elliptical when I was done with my workout stats. And then I've got all kinds of writing. I switch up the pens a lot. I put the words to a song we're singing at choir, and I used a Funasuke pen for that, and that way I'll remember this season that's what we sang. But I vary up the line weights. This is like a 0.1 pen, and this is like a 0.8 pen. And then in the middle, I've got like 0.5 pens, and I find that keeps the days looking like they're different from each other so that you know to read. Like, it's not intuitive to me that you would read downwards. To me, it's intuitive to read horizontal. So I try to keep my eyes directed downwards when I'm filling these out. This is like a little stamped and watercolored image that my friend made when she came over for art night. And this is part of her business card. When I finished my December daily, I put a picture of that. And we had a windstorm, so I used some alphas to spell that out. Had a lot of journaling for this day, so I used one of these giant journal boxes from one of the Mambi pads. And then for the last week of February, I decided to bring in some cool colors. So I used some Distress ink. I think this is the something lilac. I forget, wilted lilac or something like that. That I used with a geometric stencil by, what is her name? Sorry, I can't think of the name of the artist. Vicki Boutin. It's a Vicki Boutin stencil. That I just masked it off, again, using my masks, and used Distress ink. And then I had this pink glitter washi tape that I put top and bottom and in some of my boxes. Whenever sometimes like you print a photo and it doesn't quite reach the bottom of the box, so that's when I use those. And yeah, I used some worn lipstick Distress ink on these two in this section and like in this box. So it just kind of gives it like a glowy look. I think that's cool. Pictures of the snow. We had our biggest, fluffiest snowfall, so that was nice. Another picture of it. Waited up for some curries. I took a picture of that. And finishing last year's journal, that was a win. And I just like to throw in a selfie every once in a while to remind myself that this is a book about me. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, because now we're getting into March up here. And then I just did my summary. And I did it not so differently from how I did this one. I colored in my boxes. I just picked a color scheme and went with it. I wrote in my words and then I colored around them with a pink marker. I used pink watercolor. This was like a Tombow brush marker, and I just used it as a watercolor to color the rest of the page, and that way the pinks all match. I put a picture of myself in the snowy winter, and I used this Simple Stories Let It Snow sticker. Some writing here, and then I like to just print out these tiny little pictures. I do that using an app called PicFrame. You can print like 6 cubes or like 6 squares on a 4x6 photo, and they're just a little too big for these, so I trim them down so that they all fit. And yeah, I just use a Funasuke pen to write my titles, and then I use the other side of the same Tombow brush marker. I use the fine tip to do my journaling that way, so it just takes one marker and like a couple pens and a couple of photos, and that's it. Yeah, so that's February. Now we're like halfway through March. So I'll be back in a couple of weeks with the next flip through. Hope you guys are still sticking with your planners. If you guys are keeping one of these planners and you post it somewhere on social media, definitely leave me a link below, because I'd love to take a look at it. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook and, here on YouTube. So would love to see it. Thanks so much for watching.